Everyone. Oh, make sure you say it's okay for the recording in progress. That way we can share it with other folks. So sorry I missed last month's meeting, but I heard it was a great conversation. I would like to recognize and appreciate any veterans we have amongst us, as tomorrow is Veterans Day. And so just thank anyone here who has donated their service to the country or to the world in general, with regards to some of these battles that we've fought in the past. Uh, I want to explain Peggy Piat, who's on our call, is our board chair. She and I recently came back from the National Girl Scout Board Chair and CEO Conference, focusing on long-term strategy of the movement. And I want to say how much we recognize the amazing impact of each and every one of you, our volunteers, on the girls that we serve. We know you are constantly innovating to meet the needs of girls, and it is our job to innovate and be here to support you and do all that we can to meet your needs, which is again the explanation for our community engagement model to really meet you where you are in your communities. So I hope that that will roll out. We are still seeking people for those positions. So if you know of folks, send them our way. We have a lot of postings up on Indeed. But those of you who have been long-term members of the call, do we have many who are newer this year? I just can't see. Oh, great. Well, welcome. So you may not know about our National Council session, which is a national event that takes place every 3 years. And next year it's going to be in Washington, D.C. And we elect council delegates. We have 6 delegates who will represent us at that meeting and go into debate with thousands of other girls and adults from across the country and even around the world when you consider USA Girl Scouts overseas. And because there were 28 proposals submitted, which included multiple conversational topics, and there's no way you can deep dive into 28 topics in a 3-day session, GSUSA has this year decided that we're going to start talking about them with our delegates in advance. So next month, and our delegates may or may not know this right now, but our delegates are going to be debating and engaging in a conversation about how do we innovate to fund our movement in the future. Now, funding Girl Scouting is a pretty heavy duty topic and will require a lot of conversation. And I'm giving you all an opportunity to think about this because one of the jobs of the delegates is to gather your feedback. And when they're talking about innovating to fund our movement, and thinking about the proposals that they were submitted, they're talking about philanthropy for the most part, fund development, and the support in that way, and then licensing. And I know when licensing was a topic we raised before, there were a lot of thoughts about licensing, especially around licensing the Girl Scout cookies and the Girl Scout cookie flavors, with a lot of feedback coming from you that maybe we should come up with another licensing strategy. So that is part of that conversation. So sometime we will be reaching out to gather some of your thoughts. And if you have any ideas, feel free to post them into the chat box and we'll follow up with you, or we'll see what we can do. But it's a pretty heavy duty topic and our delegates haven't gone through any training yet to really address that. But I wanted to share it with you so you had some time to think about it. I also want to encourage all of you with troops who might have Take Action projects to apply for our mini grant program. So we have Take Action mini grants that have been funded by donors. We have fundraised over $6,000 in mini grants. And so far we have funded 9 different mini grant programs between $80 and $300. And these are for girls to do things like improve a job microclimate, preserve the patriots, doing a work around our cemeteries with Revolutionary War patriots, anti-smoking campaigns, imagination for animals, making animal programs, library hour signs, and story walk upgrades. There's quite a few in there, a wide variety. And so I see that, Rachel, thank you very much, has posted in the chat where you can find the application. And we'd really like to encourage all of you to apply for those funds so that we can share our story with more donors and help support and fund our movement. So that's pretty much where I am. I don't have a breakout today, but if anyone thinks I should, just feel free to post it in the chat and we can have all sorts of conversations. But otherwise, I'm going to turn this back to Amanda to get the meeting really rolling. Thank you all again.
Thank you, Trisha. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started today. Here we go. And it should be coming up. And I believe the first one we're going to start with today is going to be Kelly from Troop 30921 to talk about one of their activities they did with their troop.
Yes, hi. I'm Kelly Okunzi. I have a troop in Williston. We are 4 ambassadors. They're all seniors. And they have been doing their first aid badge since cadets. I've done that. We did the cadet and the senior and the ambassador. And the ambassador first aid is more about um, caring for somebody when help can't get to you very quickly. It can be called wilderness first aid, um, but it's really first aid where help isn't going to get to you in any quick amount of time. So this was a bit of a challenge for me because I had only 4 girls, and how do I simulate some sort of a drill that they could practice their skills on? And Flask helped me out here. She put out the word for the community, so I kind of want to call this a community spotlight instead of just a troop spotlight. But we um, we had at least 3 troops plus an independently registered Girl Scout attending. There was 12 girls, um, and it let's see, mine's Williston. I think there was uh, um, I'm forgetting the name of the town. It's not Heinsberg. Anyway, uh, it'll come to me. And we also asked the Williston Fire Department if they could help out. And so we had the EMTs from Williston come. Now they were on active duty, and so that it took them a little while to get to us because they actually had a call about the time that we um, were starting. So Flask graciously went through all of her first aid kits. She talked about why is first aid important, and she showed a lot of the gear that she carries, and she distinguished between maybe a normal everyday first aid kit versus something she might take on an overnight hike versus something she might want to have for a longer term, and just talked about the different gear. And then so these are pictures of Flask showing off or showing her and demonstrating some of her items. Like the one in the upper right is a tourniquet. She's showing how to use a tourniquet. And then in the bottom middle is a SAM splint. She's showing how to apply a SAM splint to a broken arm or sprained wrist. So we can go on to the next set of pictures. And then the emergency personnel showed up, and we were able to actually start our drill. So we pretended, so I wanted to give it some sort of a concrete scenario. So I picked this hill that's in Williston. I said, okay, pretend we're at Five Tree Hill, and it's a beautiful October fall foliage day, and you are making a dance video for TikTok. And whoops, pretend there's a cliff, and pretend you fell off the cliff. Okay, now what happened? So we split the girls into 2 groups, 6 and 6. 6 of them got to be the injured, and the other 6 got to treat. And Tony from Williston Fire Department, he's in the bottom center picture there. And in the top 2, you can see the girls. What I did was I gave them each injury. So some of them had broken bones, some of them had sprains, one of them had a concussion. Um, and then we also went over the risks of things like hypothermia and shock, and what to do with the shock in the hypothermia victims. Um, and so we did this twice. The first round, everybody was kind of like, I don't know what to do. But then when we switched, the girls that were injured miraculously recovered and became the rescuers, and the groups that was rescuers became the injured in the second go around. And I would say the second go around went a little bit better. But um, let's see what's on the next page of pictures. Okay, more, this is the second round of the drill, and you can see how they were all trying to help each other. And you can see we've got a makeshift splint on a leg up in the upper left corner, and then in the upper right corner, you can see we've got somebody very well covered because they were getting very cold. And also Tony is pretending to be getting the emergency call. You know, he's trying to find out where they are and what happened and so forth. So that we actually simulated calling somebody for help and getting that person on the phone. So after our 2 rounds of injuries and miraculous recoveries, I think the next slide is probably the pictures of the apparatus. Yeah, they brought a fire engine, and they also brought an ambulance, and they walked through, they kind of showed off all the gear that they bring, all the things that they have in the truck and in the ambulance as well. And kind of talked about, you know, what they can do with these things. And even though they drove a fire truck, they are EMTs. So all 6 people that came that day were EMTs. Everybody had a lot of fun, and I think they learned a lot about first aid. I know my girls really valued the first aid. We actually went to and got them CPR and first aid class from one of the local vendors that will do the Red Cross. They're, you know, the Red Cross certified, and take the class there. But I don't know, they had so much fun. I kind of want to put a plug in for maybe like Adventure Weekend, where you kind of stage something like this, or even if we could offer CPR and first aid classes to the Girl
No,
Scouts,
Abby,
because
no,
they
no, no,
really
no.
benefited
Mm-mm.
from.
No. You get baby.
I think that's all I had.
No, no.
I believe so. I believe that is the last of your slides. Does anybody have any? I see some great comments. Does anybody have any questions or anything for Kelly or Flask about the meeting and the event? Looking real quick, I can't see all of them.
I should mention that because we invited more troops, we actually had juniors through ambassadors there. So and I tried to cater the injuries based on what each of the different first aid badge level requirements are, so that they could, not only could my ambassadors achieve their first aid badge, but the other participants could at least get a couple of the activities under their belt for their own first aid badges if they wanted to finish it off on their own. So that was important to me to make sure that we covered some of the things that the other levels would do.
That is awesome, Kelly. Thank you so much for taking the time tonight to share this with everyone. She will be around for a while. If you have any questions, we can always connect you with her at a later date. If you have any other questions, I believe next we are going to go on. I believe that Amanda Powell is going to do some updates for us.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. You can pop on over to the next slide. Has some updates from the community membership world. We're going to start off with our membership numbers for the year. I pulled these earlier today. So as of right now, we have 4,252 girl memberships, a total of 1,579 adult memberships, and 1,661 lifetime adult memberships. Our retention rate right now is 67.1%. That's overall. So our girl retention rate is 61.5, and then for adult and lifetime retention, we're right at 75.4%. So we're excited to continue to see those numbers grow as we move through our busy fall recruiting season. And I'll have Amanda flip over to the next slide because I know I'm pretty sure that's the recruitment slide up next. I knew it. We love to see your smiling faces helping us out at these events. If you're able to come to one of them, lend a hand, bring your girls, it's a good time. We have some recruitment patches we can get for you if you're able to help us out. It's always fun to partner with you for these. So that QR code will take you to the Jot form where you can sign up for the events. But if you want to touch base with any of the community membership leads, we're always happy to get you that information as well. Next slide, please. And then if you are thinking of an event that you'd like to do, you have some ideas, you want to kind of run one on your own, we absolutely also have a Jot form where you can request supplies, request information, help get you what you need to run the event. We do ask that you give us about like a 2-week lead time for that, just so we can make sure we get you everything you need in terms of marketing and supplies. And Amanda very nicely put both those links in the chat for us. Thank you, Amanda. Next slide, please. And then just a couple of reminders from our team. Just keep in mind that you can request service unit funds to help you with retention and recruitment. This can be for anything from running an event like Camporee, World Thinking Day, like a lock-in at the library, whatever it might be, or a recruitment event like Bring a Friend, a Girl Scout Info Night. Wanted to do like walking tacos or Girl Scout s'mores, like something like that too. You can always request funds for those things. It's pretty easy to do. We like to make it nice and pain-free for you. All you have to do is send an email to customer care at girlscoutsgwm.org. Let us know what your plan is, what you think your budget's going to look like, and how much you're requesting. We might get back to you with a couple of questions, but we like to get back to you with how much we can help you fund these events. So please reach out if you have some ideas. We love to partner with you in this way as well. Next slide, please. And we have lots of trainings available in GS Learn. Just wanted to take a moment to talk about that because we have both required trainings and then some additional non-required ones that are just kind of a good way to round out your training portfolio. So if you're a new leader kind of within your first year of leadership, you are required to take the new leader onboarding training and then also the Girl Scout Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention course. Those are your only required courses. And then for experienced leaders who are beyond their first year of volunteering, they are required to take the Girl Scout Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention course, and that is the same for helpers, VSCs, anyone in any of those non-leadership but still active volunteer roles would take that as well. We also have lots of fun stuff. We have Mental Wellness 101, we have Resilient Ready Strong, how to have challenging conversations with confidence. They also have a lot of really cool trainings from our nationwide training partner that can round out your resume, your personal career portfolio. So everything from like learning how to use Excel, how to run a meeting, managerial skills. If it's something that you would be interested in taking, just reach out. We're happy to upload that for you. It's just a nice little benefit for having access to GS Learn, which is great. And if there's any trainings that you'd be interested in seeing in there, just let us know. We're always excited to upload more trainings. Robin usually will put some of the product trainings in there during the product season. Our program team has put some of our outdoor trainings in there. So we're always excited to see what else we can add to our training menu. Next slide, please. And our final slide, very exciting slide, just wanted to talk for a moment about our Gold Award scholarship recipients. So we award scholarships annually to Gold Award Girl Scouts for their outstanding work that helps make the world a better place. These scholarships are presented in appreciation of the volunteers who mentor Girl Scouts and to recognize the impact that the Gold Award Girl Scouts have on our communities. This year, we have 3 Gold Award Girl Scouts that were chosen to receive a $1,000 scholarship each, which is amazing. I'd love to see some like happy emoji reactions while I read their names, and I'll tell you the names of their projects. So we have Riley Chipman, who did the Comfort Blanket Project. We have Kaylin Gagnon, who did the Young Athletes Program. And finally, we have Amy Campbell, who did Restoring a Historical Stone Wall. Loving seeing the celebration for these 3 girls. They did amazing work, and we love being able to give back to them with these scholarships. So thank you for giving them some cheers. Very happy for them. I think that's all from me. Thank you for letting me chat for a few minutes. I'll be in the chat now to see if there's any questions, but enjoy the rest of the meeting, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. I believe next we are going to be going over and talking about some of our council events.
Great. Thank you, Amanda. So I wanted to start by sharing this slide that we shared over the summer so you can see where we are progressing through on some of our large council-wide events. So the expo took place on October 4th. We had a great turnout, a lot of exhibitors, so many families who came to learn about Girl Scouting, as well as many of the vendors and other businesses who were able to participate. Coming up next, we have the Mental Health Summit, which I'm going to dive into in more detail, but that's coming up on November 22nd. And then we want to make sure that everyone has it on their calendars for May 30th in Colchester, Vermont, our first annual Future Fest. And registration for that will be going live in January. And we're hoping that we'll have a lot of troops and families who will join us to really explore careers and different possibilities for the future with some really engaging hands-on activities. So if you can go to our next slide. So the Mental Health Summit is on November 22nd at Manchester Community College in Manchester. And this event is geared towards families, troops, mother-daughters, neighbors, friends. It's open to the community as well. So anyone who'd like to come and really engage in some great conversation about mental health and mental wellness, connect with resources in the community, and learn more about the role we can each play in helping not only our own mental wellness, but those around us as well. If you can go to the next slide. So the opening session, which will kick off the summit for all attendees, is going to include several inspirational keynote speakers. You'll recognize Tricia Meller, our CEO, who will be speaking about the role that Girl Scouting can play in mental wellness, as well as some of our patch programs that are a great curriculum for having conversations. Ava Fisk, who is a cadet Girl Scout and recent Bronze Award recipient, will be talking about not only her Bronze Award project, but also work that her and her family have done on suicide prevention and some of the organizations that she's been involved in. And then Morgan Berry, who is a Nashua High School student, will be speaking about her work in mental health and anxiety and what it's like to be a high schooler today and share that perspective with our attendees. And then Suzanne Barnes, who is on the staff at Catholic Medical Center, will be speaking about her work and how medical professionals and other resources can be involved in helping to support mental wellness, as well as sharing a few practical coping skills that hopefully everyone in the audience will be able to take away with them. If you can go to the next slide. So the youth participants, so 2nd through 12th graders, have a full day planned with a variety of hands-on activities. The 2nd and 3rd graders will be earning the Resilient Ready Strong patch. The 4th and 5th graders will be earning the Knowing My Emotions patch. And then our 6th through 12th graders will be being trained as youth facilitators so that they can then go back out to their communities and teach those 2 patch programs to a troop in their area. They'll receive all the supplies that they need to actually go and lead the activities. You can see an example here. Many of the girls will be making little mini monsters as they learn about different emotions and make them represent different emotions in their lives. We have a few therapy dogs who will be on site. They'll be doing yoga with instructors. So a really high energy and fun day for our youth participants. And our adults will have the opportunity to choose 2 of the 3 workshops that you see listed on the left-hand side of the screen with experts from different organizations to just really build your toolkit in your work, either as a Girl Scout volunteer or in your relationships with other youth in your life. They'll also be receiving information on how to facilitate the patch programs, as well as a general introduction to mental wellness and how it's impacting youth today. I think I have one more slide about the conference, and then so we just brief, it's $5 for members, very reasonable, thanks to the support of Catholic Medical Center. It includes a buffet lunch for everyone. There'll be a resource fair at lunch. You can see some of the organizations that will be participating listed on the screen, and everyone will also get a snazzy mental health summit bag full of resources to take with you and be able to, hopefully use in other parts of your life and with your Girl Scout troop as well. So registration does close tomorrow. So we do have a few spots remaining. So we encourage, if you want to come on your own, or if you want to bring your daughter, or if you want to bring some of your troop with you, we'd love to fill the last few spots for this great event that will be happening again November 22nd, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So a great way to kind of just refresh your own mental wellness before we move into the holidays. All right, I think that is my last. Oh, and I apologize. I forgot we added these in today. We wanted to start spotlighting a few troops who have had some great partnerships with other organizations and have been able to share those through social media and other media channels. So this, we'd like to call out this Girl Scout troop in Essex Junction, who partnered with the Rethink Runoff Stream team to do a cleanup, as well as to learn about stormwater pollution and watershed health. And so this was posted on that group's Facebook page and Instagram over the weekend. And then the next slide. This is Troop 5850, who visited the residents at Salem Woods in Salem, New Hampshire, and did an activity with the residents there that focused on kind of feel-good confidence jars in celebration of Veterans Day. So thank you to both of these troops for helping to spread the goodwill of Girl Scouts and also help share our message out with those communities as well. All right, and I see there's actually a question in the chat. Mel's asking, can they provide it? Yes, yep, they certainly can. Yep, it doesn't have to be a Girl Scout troop. If there's another group who would like to participate, we can certainly work with them on that. And the Mel, the email is scheduled to go Wednesday morning, so you should see the volunteer confirmation then. Great. All right. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carrie. I believe the next is going to be our Girl Experience team.
Great. For our highlights today, so Sam Luchek, if I haven't met you already, the Director Girl Experience, but we wanted to start off by highlighting some of our recent programs. So in our pictures today, you can see some of our recent STEM on the Go programs. That's when our STEM van drives around to different locations in each state and is able to run a few programs with different troops and groups that reserve the time. And so we have a couple great programs happening. We just concluded our STEM Vermont STEM month, and then we are now in our New Hampshire STEM month program. And so we had some chef science programs and some space programs, and we'll be continuing those great programs as well into the rest of the month. We could go to the next slide. Great. So speaking of some of those on-demand programs, we know that a lot of times our scheduled programs or locations may not be ideal for your troop or group. And so great ways to still participate in other programs or maybe work on skills that you're not comfortable with yourself is to reach out to us about an on-demand program. You can do it around a badge or a program theme or just something for fun. We could do multi-ages or single-age groups. And then we will be advertising for our spring STEM on the Go month series pretty soon. But for right now, we wanted to also continue to highlight our 3D printing program, which has 4 levels, and participants can choose to start at the beginner level, but work their way up to design a 3D print that we will print and make sure to connect you with once they submit the design. And we could go to the next slide. Wanted to also highlight a couple of the upcoming outdoor skills trainings for you all as leaders and volunteers. And so, as Amanda mentioned, we do have our outdoor adventure workshop on GS Learn. And so people can take that on their own and at their own time to be able to get that first level of outdoor training for you and your troop to enjoy. We also will be offering more basic outdoor living skills. I'm jumping around a little bit, but basic outdoor living skills is that next level. So spring dates will still be coming soon, and we are starting to offer that as a more on-demand program as well. So if you know in your particular area or county that there's at least 5 or around that number of other adults and volunteers that are interested in taking a bowls training, we'd be happy to connect with you and make sure that something actually fits your schedule and is in your location at a maybe location that you even suggest that we can arrange to meet at. And then first aid and CPR courses, of course, please make sure that you're checking when your certifications expire, and we have a couple of dates upcoming. We try to spread them out between the 2 states, but again, if there's a location or dates that would work better for you or your community, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to see what we can do to make that more readily accessible as well. And last but not least, our archery, boating, and other specialty trainings. Those will be coming up more right after the winter, but we want to get ahead of it. So if that's something that you or your troop or other volunteers are interested in getting, please reach out to us. And again, we're trying to be able to reach you all where you're at as best as we can. Most of those specialty activities, of course, take place at our camps for those trainings. So we do try to aim around the camp locations so that we can use the specialty areas that we have, but if a special date or time frame works better for you or your fellow volunteers, we'd be happy to coordinate. And then last but not least, for another training opportunity so that you can really take your troop, maybe enjoying some of our swim activities at some of our locations or boating. We are going to be offering a couple lifeguard trainings, not only including our seasonal staff, but also opening up to volunteers who are interested in becoming lifeguard trained. So please reach out to us if you have any interest in any of these trainings, either ones that we have scheduled or potentially working with us to schedule something that works for you and your area. We could go to the next slide. Great. So we are doing a little call out for volunteers. We know that you volunteer in many different ways and you support the girls already in your troops and your communities. But if you're looking to reach out maybe a little bit wider to support other troops or people in or beyond your service unit or even across the nation, we'd love to have your support and help in different ways. And so we are still looking for one of our chaperones for our Global Leadership Conference destination. That's where we have a variety of girls across the nation come in to Boston and experience a day in Boston, but then go on traveling on to the Global Leadership Conference that we help support and host in Rhode Island. So a little details there, but I'm happy to provide more information. We also are looking for additional interested people to join our Gold Award committee. And so we heard about some great Gold Award scholarship awardees that just got awarded, and we just had our Young Women of Distinction ceremony this last weekend. But we are looking for more dedicated volunteers that can help be a part of that process to review proposals and give feedback and maybe be a mentor to help support Gold Award those striving to get their Gold Award, and also help review their final reports. And so if you are interested in this, you don't have to have a vast knowledge of the Gold Award. You don't have to have been a previous Gold Award recipient yourself. Of course, we welcome those people too. But if you are just interested in finding out more or learning about the Gold Award, or maybe your troop in a few years might be interested in doing the Gold Award, we'd be happy to get you caught up and see how you can support in that way. And last but not least, in this category, we continue to host our monthly magical baking programs that have been a huge success, and our virtual programs. And with the success of them, and the number of participants. It's super helpful when we have an additional person on the virtual program that can help support answering questions in the chat and making sure that people are on the right page with the recipe, and also helping share the slides. So if you enjoy cooking or baking and want to support in that way, we're looking for just someone that might be interested even once in a while to help support that program piece as well. So if you're interested in any of those or finding out more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or to customer care, and they will connect with me. And we could go to the next slide. I'll just highlight this page a little more, because as we continue to get into the winter, we'll continue to talk more and more about the summer. But our summer camp registrations are going to be opening on December 18th. So that's when everything's going to go live. We're hoping that earlier in December, we're going to be able to make the programs visible so that people can start to review them and get excited and see what programs they're interested in. Because this year we have made some program updates across all of our camps in order to, again, meet the needs of our members and the interest, but also increase some different options for attendance. So increasing our resident camp program to have a variety of lengths of dates that work for people. So 3-day sessions all the way to 2-week sessions and everything in between. We also have just updated a lot of our programs across day camp and overnight camp to make sure that people have programs that are engaging and challenging at all different levels, including adding some older girl programs both at day camps and at resident camp that are not only focused on leadership, but of course have aspects of leadership programs too. And a lot of other great things coming up as well. So we'll continue to highlight those. There's more on the slide. We are going to be posting for summer camp staff soon. So as Trisha mentioned as well, keep an eye out on our Indeed page, but also just know that if you have someone that's a good candidate for summer camp, we'd love for you to connect us with them. We could go to the next page. And then last but not least, this is just a highlight of some of our upcoming programs. The most up-to-date and place to find more information is, of course, on our events calendar on our website. But we have our a variety of both partner programs and in-person programs coming up across the states. And so we have a couple Winter Wonderland workshops for troops and families. We have the Nutcracker Disney on Ice coming up soon. Nutcrackers this month. Disney on Ice coming up soon, and a couple other programs all across the area. And then in January and February, a little more, we have a couple overnights coming up and weekend programs for different ages to look forward to as well. And I think that's it for me, so I'll pass it back.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Sam. I believe that before we go on to our breakout rooms, I believe Carrie had a few little bit to talk about with Rallyhood.
Great. Thanks, Amanda. So I just wanted to update that the invitations for all service unit volunteer admins as well as troop leader admins have been sent from the Rallyhood platform. So just as a reminder, if you were able to attend our training, those emails went out to the troop leaders, and then it's the troop leaders, whenever you're ready, you can then invite parents and caregivers to join your individual rallies. And I'm going to just share, I wanted to share Service Unit 233, excuse me, with Mel, who's on our call. They've started to build out their service unit page for their troop leaders. So this is one of the rallies within their service unit hub that they are devoting to information that troop leaders would need to know. So you can see they've updated their banner, which is a great first step to make it feel kind of personal and like it belongs to your group. They've started to add to the message wall other events that are coming up, things that they troops would need to be aware of with all of the details, and people are able to have conversations and ask questions. These are also added to the calendar, so you can see, you can get to the information here as well. And one of the features for the events is you can also have people RSVP. So for the monthly service unit meetings, people can RSVP and then easily track who will be in attendance at each one of those events. And I'm happy to stay in the main room during the breakouts if anyone has individual questions. And we did send out the recording, which is a great starting point. If you weren't able to join us live for the training, certainly take a look at that recording. It'll give you the basics that you need to know to get started. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Carrie. Next, I'll be opening up the breakout rooms for everyone here shortly. We're going to have 2 breakout rooms tonight. You guys did such a wonderful job last month of going through and giving us some great information and helping us by answering some questions for us. That I have more questions for you this month. Our first breakout room is going to be all about volunteer appreciation and adult recognitions. We want to find out from you what kind of things you want for volunteer appreciation, what matters to you in that we give back to you. So Amanda Powell will be in there and be able to have those conversations with you and also talk through about how you can go through and nominate your fellow volunteers for some of those recognitions. And then the second breakout room is just going to be our community support, our service unit support room, volunteer support room, where Anne Marie will be able to answer any questions that you have. And if she can't answer them, we can find out the answers for you. And of course, there'll be people in the main room where you can ask Carrie any questions about Rallyhead or any other questions that you may have for one of us staff. I'll go ahead and open those up real quick and let everyone go ahead and get in there. And if you should be able to see the breakout rooms coming up. If you don't see them and you want to be assigned to one, please just let me know. I'm happy to go ahead and move you into whichever one you want.
Amanda, did you have a plan for where you were going to go?
No.
All right, I'm going to go join community support because it looks like there's a
Okay.
lot of people in there. Bye.
Amanda, as always, they did not come up for me. I have no idea why they never come up for me.
Not a problem, Mel. Which room do you want to go into?
Wherever you need me to go. How about that for an answer?
Well, I'll take you anywhere. If you leave it up to me, I'm gonna put you right into the adult recognitions.
Wherever you need me to go.
Let me go put you, give me just a second, I'll put you in there.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else need to be put into a room or?
Anyone else have things they'd like to talk about in general?
Do you have Rallyhood questions?
Yeah.
I have a Rallyhood question.
Oh.
One of our,
Carrie's
I
here.
posted on our Facebook page that people should reply to the invitations, and one leader said she couldn't get in. I told her to contact customer service. I don't know, Rachel Gloss, what?
That is a good step to take, Isabel. I guess it probably would be helpful if she can provide us a bit more information about what she means by she can't get in. Like if she
What-
wasn't able to set up an account, or if she set up an account but the password isn't working, or if she set up an account but she isn't seeing an invitation to her individual troop. That would
She's-
probably help us to
I
determine.
posted a thing on our Facebook that says, should have received invitations to join a community rallyhood, please do respond, and so on and so forth. And her, she said it does not work, and she posted let's see if she said service unit 208, unit account GSGWM, and I gave her name, and I guess she clicked join the rally and nothing happened.
Yeah, why don't you have her reach out, Isabel, to customer care, because that'll probably be more helpful for us to be able to walk her through the steps
Okay.
specifically.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Questions about Rally Hood or other questions in general?
There's a question about when cookie sales begin that's been posted in there from
Oh,
Jennifer.
It is January 1st.
Yeah, I was going to say January 1st, but I wanted to double check just in case, but usually it's always January 1st.
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave now. I have something else coming up.
Okay.
Have a good night,
Take care,
Isabel.
Isabel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
If
do
you
have
haven't,
one more question.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm not sure if I'm registered as a leader or just a volunteer, because last week I was on the leaders call, but I'm not sure if I actually signed up to be a leader or just a volunteer.
Ah, Amanda is searching for you right
I
now.
know, I
Jen.
can see her looking right now. Oh.
it'll take me just a minute to pull it up, but I am working on it.
Mhm.
What town are you in, Jennifer?
So I live in Ferrisburg, but the only troop in our area that was available for both girls and grown-ups was Starksboro.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're like the kind of odd duck in our troop, but kind of makes it hard for like carpooling and stuff for us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I understand that. Yeah.
If it helps, the troop number is 65400.
Okay, I just found it, Jennifer. It looks like you're currently in a helper role. So you are one of the volunteers. Are you supposed to be in a leader role, or is the helper role where you were expecting to be?
The helper role is fine.
Okay.
I don't know if our troop actually needs another leader at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you that here in just a second too.
Ah.
It looks like you do have the amount of official leaders that you need, and it looks like the troop does have 4 volunteers total, so it looks like you are in great shape. So if you're good in that helper role, you you are absolutely in there, and if you have any other questions, we're happy to answer it.
That's all I had for questions.
Great.
Also, wait, sorry, one last question. Who do I talk to other than I have, because I work at a convenience store in Shelburne, and I know I have to talk to my store about it, but who do I talk to in the council about setting up a booth here for cookie sales?
Oh. How about Jennifer? I can have Robin reach out to you to go over all of that with you.
Okay.
Since she went into another group, or I can pull her back. So,
If she could just like reach out to my email, that would be
okay.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I'll have her reach out. So you're just looking for some questions about setting up a cookie booth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm putting in a task to Robin right
Oh,
now.
good. So I can, thank
You don't
very
even
much.
have to do it, Trisha. I got it.
Okay, I like that.
Amanda's like right in her record, so it's like perfect timing.
Oh, yes, that's true. That works very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
Not a
thank you,
problem.
Jennifer. So I have a question, unless Marianne has any questions with Amanda and Sam here. Do we have any idea how many leaders in Bennington County, Vermont might need first aid training?
I don't
I don't
have an
think you
idea
know,
of that.
but maybe Amanda has some idea, or is there a way for us to find out?
Not necessarily a way for us to find out on the first aid, because they don't always get that through us. They can get
Right.
that on their
Or new
own.
leaders? Do we have
Yeah.
any idea like where? So I know some new troops were formed in Rutland,
Yeah.
but
I
I
can
think we'd
go-
like it to be farther south.
I can definitely pull a roster, and we can reach out to the troops there and see what volunteers do need it.
Yeah, I mean, if we can reach one out, the interesting thing is we might be able to find a partnership with some EMTs or something, or a hospital down there that might be easier and more local to them as well, which it might require us to do the establishing that partnership on their behalf. Because we definitely want to serve them. And I know Flask would probably say I'll be there, but that's quite a drive once she gets through her training as well. And so. So I think Peggy's at book club.
Book
Yeah.
for 1 year because
Yeah,
I've
trying
got
to do
busy
both.
work and life. I just can't.
Is it a good book?
It
I think
was,
you're-
it was the deep end of the ocean.
Oh, I think you're fine, Peggy, if you wanted to sign off to focus on your book club.
Okay.
I know it's the Girl Scout book club, so I
It
think
is the
or
Girl
something.
Scout book club.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I caught both,
Yeah.
a lot of both of them actually, surprisingly well. I just couldn't participate.
yes,
Other
no,
than
that's fine. I
when-
think we're going to be just wrapping up when we come back. So
Okay.
I mean,
I will see you on Thursday then.
yes, yes.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
they have.
So anyone have any thoughts on what we should do about licensing?
Did they narrow it down already, Trisha, or that's why they're starting this early because they're going to have you all weigh in on all of the topics?
There were a lot of proposals that came in, and what this
Mhm.
means is they don't want to discuss it at the national convention. So we're
Oh,
going
so
to
that's what
discuss
these
it.
ones. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So these are the ones that
Yeah.
aren't going to be brought before.
Right. That it was more of a discussion point rather than a proposal for them to vote on, or the proposals they decided not to bring forward.
Okay.
That they want to talk about it more. So Ella's come back into this group. Any
Well, I was just I had Rallyhood
Oh,
questions.
excellent. Well, Carrie is here and ready for Rallyhood questions, Ella. Go
How can we help,
ahead.
Ella?
Well, I did want to know about our troop.
Yes. So
'cause we
actually,
didn't-
Oh,
so
I just searched on Rallyhood. There is a troop site, but it only has one member, and I don't know how to get into it. 'cause
yeah.
it's
So I
a-
looked on the back end, and there's someone called Kate McAllister. Is she a volunteer in your troop?
It's my daughter, but yeah, it's one of our co-leaders.
Okay, so
Um,
she's the one that received the invitation and she accepted it. So she's active currently.
Okay,
And then the
that's
invitation
odd.
also went to a Dawn
Okay.
in your troop. So-
Neither one of them have been doing Rallyhood. I've been the one doing Rallyhood. and I
Okay.
did not get it.
So it it doesn't look like your email address came over in the kind of API sweep. So we'll just need to verify. Are you have a volunteer role in the troop, I'm assuming?
I am the primary leader.
Okay. All right, then we'll look up your email address and get you added in.
Huh.
Looks like. Do you happen to have it open, Amanda? I just have
Give me
Rallyhood
just a
open.
second. Let me save
Yeah.
save this real quick and I'll pull it right up.
she's busy doing tasks that have been that she must assign out.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is there some place that kind of says what kind like a tree of what they're, like you can search, but I wouldn't even know what to search for. Because I know Dawn at one point got like 4 different things. One was
Invitations?
family,
Wow.
one was service unit. She didn't say she didn't have a troop at that time because we were
Yeah,
trying
the
to
troop
figure
ones
out what
came
happened to
out
the
a
troop
week
one.
later. Yeah, so she would have gotten the troop one last week. So she
Yeah,
must have
yeah,
does she have a community team role as well?
yes.
Yeah, so she received the invitations. So the invitations went out initially to like the admins of each one. So now,
Mhm.
Dawn and the other members of the community team will determine like who they're going to invite to join in those rallies if they're going to use them. And
Mhm.
that same for you and the other troop leaders
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
troop one. And then invitations for others and notices of them as they start to get built out will be shared either through the newsletters or on the website or to people in specific roles, so that you'll be able
Okay.
to join the ones that are relevant.
All right. Yeah, because I was just trying to figure it out. It's kind of like, okay. So now it's here. Now what do I do with it?
Right.
Yep. All right.
What
Good luck
is
there,
the-
Amanda?
What's the email supposed to be? You are listed as the troop leader primary contact.
Huh.
What is the email supposed to be?
It's ekmc@comcast.net.
And that is what we have listed.
Yeah, that's interesting because she's not listed at all in the Rallyhood. So for some reason, she must not have him come over. So if you
I'm not in
Amanda, if you can
Rallyhood?
not in the troop, not in
Oh,
like
okay.
you
I was
weren't
gonna say,
listed in
because
the
I'm in the
troop.
service unit, I'm in volunteers, I'm
Yeah,
in.
you weren't listed in the troop for some reason. Amanda, can you do you mind just putting her email in the private chat?
I will.
I'll
Yeah.
send
And
her an
your
invite.
only role you have is troop leader primary contact for 65240. Is there another role you're holding?
Not right now.
Okay.
no.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll put that email in the chat to Carrie and we'll figure out
And I will
what
send,
happened there.
I will just invite you and you'll receive the email directly from Rallyhead so that you can join, and I'll make you an admin when I add you, so you'll be all set to start.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you for letting
I've been
us
so
know.
excited. I was down at the store last Wednesday, going, I haven't gotten anything. What's happening? And then when you said it went out, I went, what?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you let us know so that we can get you added into the right one.
We did find out there was a delay in processing our invitations, but they did go
Yeah.
out, so just
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
bit
that
later than we
that's told me.
expected. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
All right.
Carrie, do you ever get a response on why I was changed from an admin to a friend in my service unit rally?
Rachel actually sent that case to Rallyhood today. Did you get a response yet,
Okay.
Rachel? Because we couldn't figure it out either.
Yeah, not yet. After I sent your email, because they had asked what your email was, I haven't received a response yet, but I'll let you know right when I.
Okay.
Yeah, we were as mystified as you were.
Yeah, I went to send a message and so first I sent it to my troop because that's when I popped up service unit troop number and I missed that part. And then I'm like, where's the service unit one? And then I couldn't send it immediately. So I just had to do that send in the morning or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lapse, correct? When it opens up and does everything, there's a little bit of lapse in them.
Yeah, there's a button you can push at least, I think as an admin, that you can send it immediately. Which is what I was hoping to do before the fall products pickup date.
All right, Ella, I sent the email, so you should receive the invitation.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And the breakout rooms will be closing here in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I can see people start coming back. So
Yeah. I had another question. I had asked, I don't know, I left a voicemail somewhere about, was there a video of the travel meeting that happened at the end of October? Because I was interested in if you need chaperones, and I saw you needed one for the Rhode Island. I said I'd be interested in doing that, and I was going to go to that October one, and then life happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't know whether there was a video, it was taped, or if there's another way, and I can definitely email the customer care, but I didn't know whether there was a link for that.
Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't recorded, but I can contact you and follow up on it so we can talk more about your interest.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it looks like we have everyone back from the breakout rooms. I hope there was some absolutely wonderful conversations in there, and I can't wait to talk to Amanda and Anne Marie and hear some of it. We have hit 8:01 p.m., so I want to be respectful of everyone's time tonight and let everyone get back to your evenings. Just a quick reminder that our next meeting is going to be on the standard Tuesday. So it will go back to a Tuesday meeting. It will be Tuesday, December 9th, and it will be the original Zoom link. And we will go ahead and send out reminders to make sure you have the one you registered for originally. Thank you very much for your patience with us as we move this around to May for the holiday, for Veterans Day. We will have some staff stay after for a few minutes to answer any questions anyone else might have. But other than that, I believe we will see you all again in December. Everyone have a wonderful November.
Take care, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
I wanted to ask a